Name is Notepad and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Well, today I'm going to be working a little bit on Cruciform. You may be wondering, why am I working on Cruciform? Because we haven't done a stream on it in a while, actually. And we did the video talking about the update. And I may as well work on it a little bit. For those curious, why aren't we working on the cartoon game? Very simply, I don't like starting projects on a Friday, because inevitably over the weekend I will forget all the progress I made. Especially this weekend, because we have a case tomorrow, and case files always take a lot out of me. So we have the case file, and then we have the Pathfinder game on Sunday, so it's kind of just a whole shebang. But here we are. Let me think. What's going on? What's poppin'? Nothing much. Also, thank you very much. Wendregzeal. Yeah, that's your name now, Wendregzeal. And XOXO Amethyst Grace XOXO Love and Kisses, of course. Kissu. There's like a 30% chance you're a bot. Like, alright. You know what? It happens. I'm cool with it if you're cool with it. Robo lovers unite, as they say in the hood. For a little bit of context here, it has officially gotten cold enough where I have to wear my sweatshirt all the time, but sometimes my sweatshirt just gets a little bit too cold, so I'm gonna roll up my sleeve slightly. I'm like, man, it's cold, and then I put it back down. Truly, I live in a cycle of despair. My life is nothing but despair and agony. Hey, Notepad, are we shooting demons tonight with a holy sawn-off? Yes, we are, and it is an option, by the way. By technicality, you can, by your grace alone, choose to make a relic sawn-off shotgun if you want. I cannot stop you from doing that, because you can just select any form of your choice, and then assign some miracles to it, and bingo, bango, bongo, you've done it. And in case you're wondering, yep, it is, where is it? Yep, the sawed-off shotgun. It doesn't do that much damage, but if you pump up the numbers enough, it can do actually quite a bit of damage. You can do like a D8 plus 10, like D8 plus 8 damage with it. You just have to be in melee range, which is very difficult. That's usually the difficult part, is you need to be in melee range. And melee isn't fun for anyone. So I'm playing Dean Winchester. I don't know what's been going on underneath me. I've been getting so many supernatural things recently. I don't know why. It's just been a lot of supernatural stuff, and I'm like, huh, that's kind of weird. I'm like, is it something happening with the series? Is it wrapping up? What's going on? So, progress-wise, we've made some changes, most of which are in the video. I've also started on this. This is literally just an outline of all the lore that needs to be written. This doesn't seem like a lot, but this is just lore, and I need to write all of this, and it sucks, because it's just a lot of lore to write. And I don't know what you're talking about. Charging into the dark reaches of the horror for the death or glory attack is always fun. Exactly. You're getting the right idea. This is what you should be doing. You should be thinking that way. It's not a death or glory, it's just glory and eternal salvation. Worst case scenario, they chop your arm off. But hey, there's a reason you have two. It's, as of right now, we've got the The foundations of all the lore is here. I literally just need to sit down and write. Honestly, for TTRPG, lore doesn't matter as much to me. Usually the world is either incredibly edited or branched out to a new one when running a campaign. I get that. It's one of those things where you need the lore for this just to put context behind a lot of things. Like a lot of the stuff back here, just like, why is this a nice good foundation? And the big thing is what I want to do is add in these. These are the parishes. The parishes kind of highlight what's, these are, I don't want to word this. These are like pocket settings, you could almost say. Like, oh, hey, you want to run your own campaign in here? This is how you do it. Oh, you want to run your own here? Here's how you do it. That's kind of the idea. And this is something that we can expand upon very consistently. As with quite a few of these other things, we can kind of just expand upon it. Most are pretty easy to understand. That like, it's just a lot of establish this, do this, this is how this works. The various sections of the Holy See, from section 1 to 13. All of you are here. You are. Yeah, exactly. You need some kind of skeleton to hang your character on. That's exactly what the plan is. Ave Imperator, glory be. Yeah, again, playing a gun-toting Catholic, singing hallelujah as you shoot someone with a sawn-off is a valid technique. Or you can just be a guy with a gun. And technically, we do have Belmont mode. Generally, if you want to go full Belmont, you just go with the Leather Whip, because the Leather Whip has Retaliatory, which lets you deal damage to them. A lot easier. Chain Whip does better with that, but it has aerial damage instead of Entangled. If you want to keep people, fighting you, you do Leather Whip. If you want to keep feet and fight, keep, doing damage to them, you do the Chain Whip. And then you have Nunchucks, because I thought Nunchucks was funny. I can justify, if I can justify putting Nunchucks in any game, I'm going to try to put Nunchucks in it. Because Nunchucks are just that kind of funny weapon that you can... At no point should it ever be considered a practical weapon. But it will always be a funny weapon. And that's... If we really think about it, is that not why we're here? Have some fun. But... yeah, these need to get, let me see, not things Notepad add-on wants to do. This is, god damn it, I forgot what I call it. Cruciform. Yeah, so here's the ideal format of the game. I do have, like, we got the title page, we got the art pieces, the table of contents, are, like, very basic lore. Followed by, what is a TRPG? I feel like I don't need to talk about what is a TRPG. But it's one of those weird situations where it feels weird if a game doesn't have what is a TRPG. Or you're one of those fucking idiots who just puts like, oh, go watch Critical Role or something. I'm like, no. Don't do this to me. And like, don't do this to me. But all right, then we got our player section, all our rules, all our quick start characters, St. Michael's Holiest Armory, Divine Inspiration, Midnight Mass. Then we have the deep lore section. This is all the deep lore that needs to happen. I feel pretty good about it. And then we got a GM section, like rule of cool fun. Yeah, especially when it comes to like this game, I'm trying to keep on that, like, is this interesting? The answer, if this is interesting, then it's fine. If it's not interesting, then let's try to get rid of it. Or let's try to fix it up. Currently speaking, things seem pretty good. The only problem I have been having is armor. Because armor is a gigantic meme, and I cannot fix it because life is pain. Life is agony, and I never get to have anything good in life. Why is armor pain, you ask? Armor is pain because it's a very sticky thing. It's a very weird thing. And because it's a very sticky, weird thing, it's trying to get it right is the bitch. It's a bitch, okay? Yeah, it's a pain in my fucking ass, okay? Yeah, like it's like, what is the TRPG section is like? Did you pick up this book on accident? I don't know. Like, I Sock, you joke, but that was like one of the ideas that we were flirting with today. I sat in a Discord call with people, and these were the four options that popped up, which is deliberately keep things to be awful, make armor do something else, TMCR. This was my own one of kill myself, and remove armor entirely. Obviously, these four things aren't ideal for various reasons. So I'm trying to find the good way of doing this. Because I'm going to explain to you what the current problem with armor is. At its core, the current problem is this chart right here, this top chart. All armor does is reduce damage by 1. So if you have armored 6, you reduce damage by 6. Easy enough to understand, right? Now, the problem with this, it's like still constantly using armor as a blade of health, removing negative is getting removed. Trust me, give me a second here. So, the idea is you pretty much is just a flat variable, flat DR, which comes into the form of cumbersome. The higher your cumbersome, the less your beat die is. So if my beat die is D20 normally, having cumbersome 1 means it goes down to D12. Beat die contributes to your health, to your damage, your momentum, which is your initiative and your go juice, and pretty much everything else you do. This does not seem ideal, because I want people to feel good when they use armor. Why do I want people to feel good when they use armor? Well, the reason is because I like the look. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find. Where's the good? I like the aesthetic of very heavily armed. There is something very aesthetic about a very heavily armed, churchman going in there, effectively in plate mail and being like, okay, here's a problem, I'm going to shoot it with a shotgun. There is something inherently interesting about that. There's something inherently interesting and something that I inherently enjoy. Now, getting that is a little bit complicated because obviously we have the idea of being a big walking tank. Now, I'm not too big into the trench crusade thing. I know some people are, but I like the idea. You're a little bit heavily armored. You can stride in there with, effectively you can stride in there with a relatively large gun, which may or may not be being influenced by the presence of power armor, because I like power armor, and being a giant knight in cool armor is a fucking fantasy for everyone. What about armor protects you against specific debuffs that the enemy can inflict? That leads us to the big thing is oh, well, we'll just make armor better. Armor better means the cumbersome is, kind of knocked out. The issue is, and what I want to have happen, this is the ideal, is I want characters to feel as though they can take heavier armor and still feel rewarded for it, because you are trading out speed for protection, and that should be a valid argument. When gigantic demons are trying to kick your ass and eat your face, saying I've got a layer of steel between me and them is a pretty comforting thought, especially when you do have someone who is Bear, for example, going sicko mode and really fast, but the second they get tapped with anything, they explode. That's not the ideal for a lot of people, but hey, maybe that's your thing. But, as we kind of see here, I couldn't quite balance things right, so I ended up kind of going down here for this idea, the idea of momentum. Because your momentum is your go juice. It's initiative, it also is a couple different things. Gives an action, take an attack, armor to bump the What? Armor, heavier armor gives an action to take an attack on the armor to bump the die. I don't know what you're wording here. I might be missing something out. Might be missing something. But I had this somewhat revelation. And you joke. Now, you joke, however, my someone, not naming any names, but definitely looking at someone, sent me a very interesting note about this. Hey, Notepad, why don't you make it like Senran Kagura, where all damage is effectively damage that blows your armor off. Reduce the damage of an attack further with your armor as an action to... That is actually a... That's one of the reactions. Reactions you can pull off. Now, the idea of Senran Kagura got me thinking, got my noggin jogging a little bit here, because one idea that I proposed here for the armor point system was after your armor has been expended, that you can take it off. Hey, my armor is, kind of useless at this point. I'm going to tear it off. I'm going to tear off my, my Kevlar vest here. I'm ripping it off dramatically, a broken ribbon toe. Now I'm going to kick some ass and take some names. Rock and roll. Now, radical idea. Radical plan. Radical idea. All our armor effectively has... it's hard to call it durability. Effectively, well, we would have to write this out to be extremely particular. And it would be a pain in the ass to do it, but we could do it. What we would effectively, we would have to write out armor with a range of durability. The more durability damage you take, the worse your armor gets. Worse armor, but your bonuses come back. Now, you can start with bad armor. As it gets worse, you get your bonuses back faster. Or you can just say, hey, I'm starting Bear. You don't even have to worry about this, you just take damage. At the cost of you go fast. That's kind of the thing. It would also help us boost up some of our characters a little bit. Some of our characters' healths a little bit. We shouldn't need to do something like an attack to increase the beat die, because what's happening there is you are throwing your life, I guess. You are throwing your armor away instead of using momentum to do a parry action or something like that. Am I cooking with gasoline here, or am I going insane? I do not know. Like, I am flailing here with this one. This is good ideas, but this is a bitch. Not gonna lie, this is a bitch. Because if I'm doing this right, let me bring up my, nope, that's definitely not it, not Cruciform. We need to go to, do I not have a, nope, that's definitely not. Oh, there we go. There, it's untitled spreadsheet TM. So, stop. I don't need your default table. So, okay, we're gonna go here. We're going to select you at 20. Okay. So, this is bear, and we say durability is 0. Okay, easy enough to understand. Durability is 0, you are bear, you get all the problems of being bear. What does this mean? This means that you get the tag exposed D6, and rapid. Why is that important? It means that you are going fast. Technically, if I want to be really particular, I could just do exposed D6, and then we do momentum shift to +5 to 5. That is really nice. We like that. Why do we like that so much? It's because we are getting more go juice, being able to do more actions. So then we would go to light, medium, heavy, full metal, and then we'll call it like juggernaut or something. Whoop. Don't know if I'm cooking with gas or I'm cooking with or I'm cooking meth. Don't know yet. Okay. So, bear with me. Light. Let's just call it something like 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. We are working with this as of right now. Don't get any. Light, we have 0 momentum. We get no bonus momentum. There's momentum like this. This isn't final. This is just concepts right now. Effectively, as I take more damage, it goes down gradually until I'm at bear, which means I can't take any more. I cannot take any more damage. Actually, it might be better to ask if unarmored is supposed to be rocket tag. Is armor supposed to be a gear shift for how fast and deadly you and the enemy are? It's not necessarily that. Like, it's hard to explain perfectly what I want. I'm gonna do my best here. I want someone who is going full bear, going full unarmored, to feel like they are going fast and they are playing rocket tag. But the person in full armor, the guy fully decked out, they're moving slower, but they can still pack a punch. They are shifting the way they want to fight. The guy who is, full armed, the guy who has a sawn off in one hand and a sword in the other probably wants to go very fast. A guy packing a fucking minigun kicks down the door, goes brudda, 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 and people fall over. They want to be pretty heavily armored. You don't want to, like, oh, I'm going to go super fast with a big gun. No. You want to be holding the line a lot more. Or saying, I want to hold positions. I want to be a giant brick shithouse that the enemy cannot break. Oh no, the fast guy got hit and he is now half dead. What happens? He needs to run away. He needs to back up, lick his wounds, and then get back into the fight. If you're fully armored, you're not leaving. step, bump, 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 bump. You are up against the wall, and I am the fucking wall. Exactly. That is actually a perfect difference here. That is a perfect way of thinking about this. Effectively, the Cloaker in Payday 2 is not a really strong enemy. He's not very strong. One solid blast and he dies. However, all you hear is that, you hear that sound, and he clocks you in the head and you're down. He goes fast, he hits hard, he gets out. That's his goal. Contrasting that is the Dozer. The Dozer is extremely dangerous in a very different way. He's going to walk in there and he's going to lay down the pain. And he is never going to stop laying down the pain. And he's going to keep fighting you. And then when you think like, oh, we've finally cracked all his armor, he's still going to be alive. That's the difference. What about a penalty of moving across the... So you go in knowing that whether what you are either taking or dying, in between. It's more like, do you want to soak damage or do you want to dodge? Because dodging is extremely valid, which is actually a very strong way. If I go all the way to combat, it's not the ons. So let's say for like when it comes to like reactions cost 2 momentum. They cost 2 initiative to initiate a reaction. Hey, I am being attacked. If I do nothing, if I sit there and I'm like, I'm going to take this damage, they're going to roll. Let's say they roll d10 plus d6. They roll their dice. They rolled a 7. I take 7 damage. That's not a question of if and or maybe, but perhaps. I just take 7 damage. But I say, I don't want to take that damage. That seems like a lot of damage. That sounds like 7 damage I cannot afford. I'm going to make a reaction. Hey, I want to do brace. I want to reduce the incoming damage. If I manage to reduce it to 0, I increase my beat die. I want to try to dodge. I'm going to try to, if I manage to dodge, I get to increase my beat die. Oh, sounds pretty useful. Hey, I want to parry the enemy's attack. What does that mean? I want to parry the attack to deal damage at them. 2 momentum. With heavy armor, you are effectively saying, I don't want to spend that momentum. Hit me as hard as you can. I'm gonna hit you back next round. That's the the back and forth with it. It's me saying I want to take the damage instead of trying to block it, instead of trying to dodge or anything like that. That's the difference. It's how you survive is very different. Why doesn't everyone go full armor or whatever? Because you're going to be a lot slower, and the second your armor's gone, you're probably not going to have a lot left. Momentum penalty cap. What penalty of moving across the map? As of right now, movement is an action. You don't move very fast because there aren't actually many spaces on a map. I think this is we don't have a sample map. Okay, sample map. Actually, I do have a. Let me open up sample map here to make you understand why. Let's not ignore that. Ignore my problems. Let's see. So this is an extremely basic battle map. It's a pseudo zone system. Effectively, movement isn't really that dramatic. It takes 1 action to move a point. It takes 1 action to do that, and everyone gets a free move at the start. I want to do that to keep the pace. Hey, you're always moving around, you're always doing something, you always are trying to navigate to kind of ideal places you want to fight, or to deny enemy load. inevitably, I think a lot of fights are going to devolve into maybe 2 or 3 points. You know, every fight is going to devolve into something like, oh, well, we want to fight here. Give everyone a bunch of D8s. Well, as a ranger, I want to get over here, and I want to fight over here. Well, I don't want to get ambushed, so someone should be here to fight them so when they're coming over. Or maybe we should push up to here so I can cover you there. Boom, boom, boom. Everyone's a little bit happier. Movement is very... Juggernaut unarmored. You lose your free movement but cannot be moved by an enemy's attack or ability. There's some things that would work for that. Oh god, whereas there is some... Yeah, there is some of this when it comes to the... and I know for a fact I'm going to have to retrofit some of the ideas behind aerial combat. Because, yeah, you could jump up in the air and start doing aerial stunts. Because, yeah, juggling is an option. When in doubt, just kick them up in the air and juggle. That's what I was thinking about. If we have literally like a... Sounds dumb, but if we have a bar that goes up and down, that goes up, and it's like, okay, hey, at this point we cannot go aerial anymore. We are unable to go aerial. You know, that's just anything over heavy armor. You cannot do any of that action. You're losing momentum. You cannot go aerial. On the other hand, you have a shit ton of health. But we're getting it sewn through a little bit more. It's like, as the bar goes down, you unlock more options until you're at bare, otherwise known as you've got nothing left. The base idea of armor is, instead of spending momentum on defense reactions, you take it on the armor. Yeah. That's where you're seeing what I want to have happen. It's the... If you're playing someone fast, you're all or nothing. You're gambling a lot more. Going heavy armor means you're not gambling as much. On the other hand, you can't get those big wins, but you can't get those big losses instead. If the dice do not like you, then you're going to get your shit rocked. I'm sorry, you have been splattered. Like, because you've taken extra D6 damage for every time you get hit. That sucks, that hurts. That's an oofy ouchie moment. That is an ouchie moment. That's what I'm thinking, like, like... Armor gives momentum cap and floor. Like, everyone already has a momentum base. Like, that's the thing. Everyone has a momentum base, which is 2 of their attributes combined. Because 2 of their attributes are combined, I want people to feel like they're consistently improving their momentum. Especially when it comes to the combo system, which is spend momentum, get additional actions. All a battle is, at the end of the day, is how much am I willing to dedicate to win this fight. I can hold back and wait. I can play it safe, but I may not have the chance to play it safe. Oh, cool, I'm going to play this super safe, and I want to play this very conservatively. I want to play this nice. Oh no, I've taken a shit ton of damage way too fast, and now I'm bleeding on the ground dead. Or, hey, I'm going to go all out, go 100%, and then I just fall over dead. Like, because I just gambled wrong. I want people to feel like both options of the extremely heavily armored man and the extremely fast man are both valid. You may not be, I want both of them to feel like you both can take a punch and you can take a hit and you can get back up from it. You're like, nah, fuck you. It's the dramatically, like, ripping off, your coat, reveal the full Kevlar vest. And you're like, yeah, no, you just shot me. Who cares? Let's go. Let's fucking go. That's why I've been having such a beautiful issue with armor. Because normally I would say, well, I'll just go with my gut. But my gut doesn't know what it wants to do. So I said, oh, I'll do this later. Now is later. Later was last week. Later was last month. Like... So this is the amusing thing. This is the fun part. This is why I do this. This is why I talk with you and you talk with me. See, the other option is the other option is we don't even do something like the armor type. As I worry about things like, you have a reinforced long coat. What is the reinforced long coat? Hey, what does the... Hello, phone. What is the Crusader environmental suit versus what does the Knight of the Holy Cross... It's just so people also feel encouraged to take... Very... Hello, mama. Hello. Hello, Kalukale. Evening. Does momentum contribute to accuracy and damage? Because if naked can cause more damage, then maybe armor gives a damage cap. Like, all of that is tied to your beat die. It's your beat die and your weapon. Which brings us back to, hey, this is what cumbersome does. It reduces your beat die. The problem is your beat die contributes to everything. Your beat die is so important in combat, it contributes to a little bit of everything. And because it contributes to a little bit of everything, it's like, okay, doing that feels awkward because, hey, I'm in full Knight's regalia. I am wearing super heavy armor. I come in with my gun and I do less damage. Want to make something feel faster? Give unreasonable bonus, but also hurts. That's effectively what Bear does. Like, if you dramatically rip your shirt off, like, yeah, you go faster. You get more momentum. You get more go juice to do things. But that's kind of the point. That's why I'm like, I don't like cumbersome for armor, and it's weird to think like, oh well, why don't you like cumbersome for armor? Because it just feels wrong. Because like there's some things that I'm okay having pretty high cumbersome. Like the RPG has an insane cumbersome value. You can't really get too high on it, but it's also a D20 weapon literally designed to be fired once and thrown away because it is a rocket-propelled grenade. That's the point. It is, oh no, we need to fight a giant enemy. There's a giant enemy demon creature. What do we do? You know, Father Michael, what do you have there? Ah, yes, God's chosen RPG. Maybe armor gives you X-free brace reactions. It gets used up and more uses the penalty. Yeah, I'm like, there's a lot of points to interact with, but also not many points at the same time. Armor is not cumbersome. It limits your perception and stamina. It does not make you slow. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get rid of as of right now, is the idea that wearing armor makes you worse at fighting, which is currently the situation. I wanted you to feel slower, but not weaker. Like the guy tweaking out, going going Mach 10, dashing around the battlefield. That's fine, cool. This is an anime game. Wearing super heavy armor should not be as encouraged. On the other hand, I want you to feel good. I want the guy with decent armor, with a pumped shotty, saying, there is a problem, what do we do? Fire the gun, and let God sort them out. That feels fine. I like that. That is good. Even down to things like, yeah, the guy with the the guy in his heavy armor may want to have a sniper rifle because he is the one shot, one kill. He says, bang, ka-chunk, because it's less his sniper rifle and more an anti-material rifle. That looks fine. That has a nice look to it. Hey, this guy wearing super heavy armor walks up and says, there's a problem, ka-chunk, and then they go away. That's fine. That's cool. I like that. But, like, some of them don't... some don't look as good. Shift slowness into whatever the system has for reaction to enemy. That's effectively momentum. That is effectively the momentum system. Remember that one system where slow declare actions for... That's where momentum also comes in. That's the worst part. Because momentum is your initiative, but it's also your go juice. And at the start of every round, you get a little bit more momentum. Hence why playing conservatively means going first a lot more. While playing a little bit more aggro means that you're going to be kind of losing more momentum than you could possibly be gaining. You can spend a lot faster than you go, so the initiative order is kind of shifting around pretty consistently back and forth. So it's like, okay, I'm moving fast, I want to do more. Oh no, I'm moving slow, I'm gonna take some more time. That's why I'm like, Hello, phone. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, just like super heavy armor. Just loot. Like, you're not going to be gaining a lot more. I don't want to be like, you're going to lose momentum doing this, because I want people to spend momentum to do things. It's more like the guy wearing no armor is getting a lot more momentum back every turn than you. You're getting a little bit. You're getting like 1 or 2 points. They're getting 5. Doesn't really mean much, but that means they're +5, and that means that they're going to be acting before you, and that means that they're going to be able to do combos a lot easier and get it back a lot faster. So it's that kind of that consistent, as the battle drags on, I'm not getting as much, but I'm wearing super heavy armor and have taken way more damage than this other guy who is currently, yeah, he's acting first, but he's getting his shit rocked every time. Zero armor, minor gain, light armor. Yeah, like, and I'm like, I'm not like the current way of gaining momentum. The current method is at the end of the round. At the end of the round, actually during the start of the round, I should say, during the morning phase. During the morning phase, you're going to roll whatever your current beat die is. Actually, whatever the increase. You're going to roll your beat die and add it to your current momentum. So I have a d6, for example. I roll. Cool. I get +4 momentum. Cool. That's nice. I like getting +4 momentum. You're seeing why I'm like, like this system wasn't really doing it for me, because it just felt weird. But if we tie it to, this is my current idea, it's not flawless. And like, part of me wants it to be like, okay, cool, you just have like a flat value reduced, but do we want to make this a flat value? Do we want to make... Uh, yeah, effectively we'll be turning cumbersome into something different to your momentum. How exactly momentum works in combat? In combat, starting from the highest momentum is the initiative order. I have momentum 12, you have momentum 10, I go before you. However, during my turn, I can say, well, I'm going to spend 3 additional momentum, and I'm going to take a second action. I'm going to attack you twice. I'm going to launch you up in the air, and I'm going to hit you in the air because it's an aerial attack. So, brada, so, so on and so forth. You can spend an additional 6 momentum to take a third action in combat. How many turns is an average combat expected to last? It depends on what you're fighting. Fighting a normal dude, you are fighting a standard enemy, I would say probably 5 maybe 6 rounds at best. And that's if it's kind of a slog, but most combats aren't going to go exactly fast. This combat's kind of designed around not super long fights, but also decently sized ones, because you could have enemies such as, for example, this is Michael Myers. Michael Myers only has 56 health. He does not actually have that much health, all things considering. However, he literally gets to teleport across the map and stab you. Because that's his gimmick. And as long as he's in the same space as them, they can't increase their beat die. Because that's what Michael Myers does. Michael Myers literally teleports behind you, says nothing personal, kids, and stabs you. On the other hand, you have the Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. The Tinker Tailor Soldier, which has 233 health. Little bit more health to work with. And he's got a shit ton of minions. Longer fights like this, I expect to take longer. There are going to be more turns of us trying to build your momentum up, trying to build your things up, or the GM's going to be throwing more things at you. Tinker Tailor Soldier, what you want to do is say, okay, I built my dice up to D20. I am going to spend 3 actions to lay into this fucking thing with a follow-through strike to do fucking 4d20 plus 66 damage to it. Because I fucking hate this thing and I want it to die. But that's going to take multiple actions. I haven't read Cruciform system since you tweaked it, so I'm operating on flawed info. Everything's available on the website. It links to this one. I realized it was linked to the old one. I'm like, ugh. We're looking at this more, trying to engineer the correct incentives or correct game feel. Kind of game feel. This is just half your effort is spent on the first 90% of any project, and the half is spent on the final 10%. To a degree. Because, we've hit the point where there are really only these very nitpicky things to worry about. But that's the point of the Obsession Project. It's supposed to be obsessive and haunt me in my dreams constantly. And trying to find that optimal... Yeah, it's trying to find, the optimal way to make this feel right. Once I get this to feel right, it's gonna be great. So it's like, okay, okay, I want to do this. Okay, I want to do this. I want to shift this over here. It's the best way I can use to summarize this is eyeglassing, where it's if you've ever gotten glasses. Let me see if I can find the little apparatus. I don't know what they call the little apparatus. actually would be. This thing. If you've ever seen one of these before, if you ever got glasses, or it's like, okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, okay, like that, 2, 3, 2. That is literally all that this is at this point. It's extremely mundane little things. Yeah, Craven, you're hitting at what I'm looking for here. That's why I'm trying to like, okay, how do I want to write? All right. I'm going to go for a second. I don't know how long I will be gone, but listen to the very nice music. I will be back though. Ugh. Yeah, my mom said, "Hey, do you want hot cocoa?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I got hot cocoa because it's fucking because it is very cold. And when things are very cold, my hands start getting cold. But okay. Okay, so what do we need for armor? Well, we need the armor name. Easy enough to understand. We need a name for our armor. We're going to have the ability. And we would go durability into momentum into armor name, durability, momentum. Ags. So this is what our basic, this is what the gist of our armor would be. Not a fill. 2. So this is how we would redo, and this is how we would do our armor at its core. Momentum is going to be dictating our weight. Notes are what's going to be our, actually, we could probably call these specs. Specs, notes, well, notes for, oh, fuck it. So, generally, Hot cocoa? Share it. It's my hot cocoa. Yes, yeah, we can go, Ariel. Ariel. So, let's think. I want to call this armor value. Do we want to call this durability? Because, or do we want to go with... I want to go with this height. Or... looking at here, what am I am looking at birds. It's gonna sound ridiculous. Hmm. Hmm. Mm. Mm. So, what I'm thinking about is we could pretty much, if we tie, there's two ways we can do this. Oh boy, I've not seen an armor breakage system that was not severely homosexual. Always more annoying than it's worth, fixing especially. It's effectively, we would be applying the Rift's logic to it, where it's just over health, and once you hit certain thresholds, you get momentum back. You're getting, your armor's getting worse for wear, however, you're getting more back. Good morning. Mm, mm, Effectively, you would have a secondary health bar to worry about. Is that necessarily a bad thing, though? Hmm. Is it a bad thing to have a secondary health bar, which is specifically your armor value, which as it goes down, you shift your momentum? That sounds very hinky. Hmm. 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 I mean, that eventually everyone would be playing Bear. Effectively, it's the more damage you take, everyone would be going. Like things have been ripped to pieces. You are probably getting ripped to pieces at that point. Yeah. Unless we get rid of ability. Hmm. Unless we shift the nature of durability. If we change durability to gotcha point, that means you're a soak damage guy, but that doesn't. Uh, hmm. Yeah, I'm looking at that Craven. Looking at that Craven. Are we making a Hentai Fighter the Hentai Fighting game? No, we are not making Hentai Fighter the Hentai Fighting game. That's what this game was at one point, but we don't talk about that point. Um, Effectively, it's. I keep mentally putting that R there. I have you know. And one day you're gonna gaslight me by putting that R in there, and I'm not gonna notice it. I want you to know that. Um, over health heal away. And I will win that day. So, let's see. Characters are going to... Character, not the blessings. Fuck us, where the fuck is your conviction? Okay, so... 16, 26, roughly speaking, humans are going to have about 26 HP. 8 plus 8 plus 8, 16, 26 HP. That's... Golems have the chance of having the most amount of HP by far with like fucking 50. Yeah, golems can have 50 HP. A vampire, effectively, can potentially have 8. If they have a D4 toughness, which I don't think any of them can get a D4 toughness. I don't believe any Strix can get a base D4. Yeah, actually, no, the Mystics can. If the Mystics do not improve their health at all, they will have 8 HP. They will have... yeah, Mystics should not be up front fighting. I guess we do that and everything... Of this is your favorite best made armor system in the mainstream RPGs. Mainstream, that doesn't exist. My favorite though will always remain Rifts. I love the way Rifts does armor. Yeah, I fucking said it. I love the fact that every part of my body has different armor values, and I should soak up damage because it makes combat feel fucking horrifying. Because it's not a question of... It's never a question of mitigating damage. It's a question of how much damage you can actually take before your armor pops. And there is something extremely terrifying about being left with single-digit armor. Especially when mega damage starts getting thrown around. Because the second mega damage starts getting thrown around, that armor suddenly becomes a lot smaller all of a sudden, and you never quite have enough, and you always feel kind of on edge. That's why I really like it, because it's like, oh shit, everything I am doing, every action I am doing in combat now has a more tangible feeling to it, because it's, oh, I've been hit by an attack that's a fucking pain in the ass to dodge. I can survive this. But can I survive another one? Can I survive another one? How much am I willing to gamble this? Then you get to take a bad hit, and then you start panicking more. And then when that panic starts setting in, you start getting a little bit more worried. It also mitigates the idea about that there's like a healer class, because you can't really heal MDC. Can heal MDC, but not that way. Because it's armor. You can't use magic to heal that. No, it takes time to heal it. It's a, hey, you gotta sit down at a repair bench and fix your fucking armor. Isn't that like saying health is cool because once you drop the single digits, you get to the real tension? Not really. Like, I like Rifts. Yeah, it's, you don't have those safety nets. You can't take a potion and get your health back. It's, you have that thing, and the fact that it's usually not just one thing. I get shot, it's my arm armor, it's my leg armor, it's my chest armor, it's my head armor. Like, there is something absolutely horrifying when you get blasted in the face and your armor is nearly cracked, you start to panic because, oh yeah, the rest of my body's fine, but if they hit me in the head again, like, I'm fucked. So you start panicking a little bit more. You start trying to protect yourself in different ways. It also gives you enough of a gap that you do feel like you can get away from a fight pretty reasonable. And I also really like it because MDC armor cannot be damaged by any of SDC weapons. So no, your shitty little handgun, your fucking Glock does not do anything to me in my Gladiator. But mind you, anyone using a 9mm on Rift Surf's the dumbass. Use a real weapon, like an MDC laser pistol that will fucking evaporate anyone it hits. It's not wearing armor. It's great. Let's see. Grab armor to the vitals. Hoping that. Let's whip each adjudicator. Let's see. Each adjudicator one at a time of armor at a time. No one protecting them. Each arm type. The durability. Actually, what would be aerial capability? Aerial capability sounds weird. I guess we can do weight. Aerial potential and let's present the Either give the armor that can go airborne a tag saying it can, or give armor that can't word. I guess we can give it a tag. I guess we can give a tag called grounded. That would work. Just like, yeah, you can't really, you're not going aerial with this thing. Being worn down in the heat of combat as blades and spells. Okay, so we've got two options here. So, option one. Push a pound, reaching half its durability. The armor becomes let's see, before the or the adjudic. Let's see, durability is always hit first before the adjudicator feels the sting on their skin. But B, where, but with certain attacks. But be wary. Certain attacks may ignore durability or apply damage around it. On reaching half its durability, the armor becomes no damage because it's lighter, modifying its step. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna say they cannot go airborne, but they can still make aerial attacks because there are some weapons allow you to make aerial attacks, including range weapons. So it's kind of the idea like, hey, someone knocks something up, you can still aim your gun upwards and start firing into the air. That's not going to hinder your ability to do that. You're not going up there. Let's see. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Durability always sort of. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? I can see what I want to write. Why can't I write it? It's there. I can see it. Armor durability represents the amount of damage it can sustain before being useless. Gradually down in the heat of combat as blades and spells strike it. Durability is always reduced. Always reduced before the adjudicator feels a sting on their skin. But be wary, certain effects may ignore durability or apply damage around it. Effectively, you may be hit by an attack that just ignores your durability and hits your health straight away. Or it might say, hey, you apply half damage of durability, half damage of this. That could be a new sin. And that's a sin that certain characters are not going to want to deal with very well, because like, uh-oh, I'm wearing a fucking suit of armor that lets me ignore damage, and this one enemy can now get around that. I'm scared. I don't want to fuck with that. That's something that is something that you now have to play around. How do I write effectively as the armor's durability is let's see. As the armor's durability reaches the 75 to 50, 25 threshold, the momentum modifier is how do you word this? Fuck, how do I word this? I don't know. Damn. Like I can see it. That's the problem. Like I can see it in my head because it's pretty much as you take more damage, your armor becomes less useful, but you get to go faster. I guess if we let's applying a momentum penalty for and each armor weight represents a different amount of momentum gained during the morning phase. For 4 steps, or do we just do the 50 steps? Yeah, I'm trying to think of like even how to word this properly. That's the thing. That's the problem. It's like I'm not even writing the bad version. I'm just like writing the idea down. Let's just go with my gut here. See, without dense in armor or terror investment. Oh wait, measures during the morning phase, allowing them to increase or decrease the amount they would have received. Insert table. So this would be nope, that's it. We did that. Right font to things. Where are you? Font. Two, just 2, 1, 2. So E. So now we have two tags and features. Tags and features are there's as long as the armor is being worn, they may receive. Slow them down at any point any point during the combat during their envision action, the adjudicator may opt to remove their armor. At any point during the combat, during the envision action, the adjudicator may opt to remove their armor. Immediately. Go. So then we go down here, and then we would apply. This, we ability. Durability. Weight. Tags. Tags and feature. So we need to make that a bit bigger. We need you to be a little bit smaller. We something like absolutely not that. There. Put this. Here's we do. Let's give ourselves a little bit more room. Yo, let's actually view column with 1, 3. There we go. Okay, we've got these ideas. So what we need to do now is we need to write out all the armor types that we need. Yay, armor. The Bratty Toaster Diaz. God bless the Bratty Toaster Diaz. Okay, so let's just write things out. All right, let's just write them out. So, technically, let's. The long coat. Let's see. Black long coat. We say that it's a light armor. It's got a solid 15 durability. It's got no tags. Basic idea behind it. So we're just gonna write in some penitence garb. Fire. So we want to reinforce long coat. Let's do Evlo. That I'm literally just throwing what I have in here. Taking in what we have. We want the environmental suit, because wouldn't we have the Crusader environmental suit? Select 85 and then make you 3. Let's 3 you oh, there we are. Crusader environmental suit, and then we're going to have Stable gun. Okay, so we've got all our basic armor types. Cuckoo choo choo. Now that we've got all our basic armor types, let's try to think about other armor types we want to add. Hey Notepad, oh boy, time for an ad. I've arrived in time to store the bratty toast during an ad break. How's it going? Black Loncos, this really is Alexander Anderson, the RPG. Yep. Of course, why wouldn't it be the black coats? Like, that's the entire gimmick. That's the entire, thing. Let's actually do, let's take a look at is welcome to the wonderful world of when you've made some good armor, just keep using good armor. Let's see what at the we'll do stalker rig. Let's what would be some weave. Got that weeb. Let's think. What other armor could you all think of here that you would want to wear during your super cool, definitely legally available, awesome demon hunting adventure? Martyr's got penitence garb. Technically. For now, we're just going to highlight this and we're going to mark it red so I don't have to think about it too. EOD suit. What is it? C4. Martyr's garb is a suicide vest. No, we cannot put in a suicide vest. We'll call it the blast suit instead of the EOD suit. Ninja Catholic suicide bombers. What a fun day. Let's think. Thinky. What am I thinking? Well, technically, if we want to be really, really stupid about things, let's see what else we've got here. So what we can do is clerical robes. I don't know what the wouldn't be the habit. It would be what is the clergy clothing? Vestments. I guess it would be considered a habit. Actually, I know it would be vestments. Yeah, so I guess it would be vestments instead of the clerical robe. Like, yeah, are you wearing your actual, like, what you're supposed to be wearing? Power armor. We're not quite power armor yet. Simply wrap yourself up in sandbags. Technically, I could put in, yeah, what do you have? Improvised metal armor. Like, yeah, it's heavy and not going to provide that much. However, it will keep you safe. You will block damage. Not a lot, but you will. Let's think. What other armors? God, it would be we could maybe steal something from Absolute Fucking Potential, which would be funny, mind you. Oh, please don't break. Come on. Magic internet machine. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Another update. Yeah, it's another. I want to find armor. Where's my fucking armor section? Alright, okay, let's keep thinking. Oh, hey, Notepad, do you play TTRPGs online? Yes. I play effectively only online at this point. Because my main group is mostly from the UK. And while I would love to believe that I can simply teleport, I haven't been able to teleport in a while. It truly is a it is a problem that I've developed, not being able to teleport across the ocean. I know this is a big problem. Yeah, we use Foundry. You play with the guys on Discord. I don't play with the guys in my server really. I play with my own group of guys. We use Discord, and we use for chatting and talking, and we use for Foundry. I asked Foundry. We use Foundry for the actual VTT. VTT wise, I have mixed feelings on Foundry. Like, here's the thing: if you're playing something that's already established, Foundry's pretty decent. There's a lot of legwork with Foundry though. And if you are not willing to put in that legwork, Foundry will fight you, tooth and fucking nail. Unfortunately, putting in the legwork sometimes means doing some wiggity whack shit. So it's like, okay. But then you have, like, the other ones is Roll20. I don't like Roll20 on principle, because Roll20 is, I don't like it on principle. Then you have Roll VTT, which at first I wasn't too enthused about, but I've gradually shifted my opinion to, it works. I'm fine with it. I've got no problem. Let's see, there was one more multiverse, but one more multiverse is kind of dead, kind of not dead. Also, Roll20 sucks ass. Yeah, I know. I get you. Fucking Fantasy Grounds. God, that's been a while since I heard that name. Old Brazilian VTT I used still because it's the first VTT I used since I was a team. Firecast. God. Yeah, there's a handful of like VTTs and things like I would like to learn. Like, I would love to learn CC Folia, because CC Folia looks like it works pretty well. The problem with CC Folia is that it is... thank you very much for following Sleeping Eredies. Problem with CC Folia is that it is in Japanese. I do not speak Japanese. I go by what I like to call vibes-based reading, and that doesn't work very well. Yeah. But let's think. It provides metal. Actually, like the urban. Witch Hunter suit. How's Foundry? I don't care for Foundry, because Foundry is a... There's a lot of backend to Foundry, and if you want to run something that is already available, it works pretty well. If it's not already available, it will fight you. I do not much care for it. Someone else might like it. It really depends on if you have someone who is, dare I say, techie in your group. If you have someone who is techie, which again sounds awful, then you'll be fine. Let's see. Penitence. Yeah. Let's see. Casual clothes, nothing. It technically a light. This is getting cumbersome one, because that's the entire gimmick argue. This is that it is one of the things with formal attire is that it is like a suit and tie. Like, imagine fighting someone, except you're in a fucking tuxedo. Yeah, that's gonna be real fun for everyone involved. No. That's the problem with wearing formal attire, is that it's not heavy, it's not draining you, it's just a bitch to wear and you want to get out of it. Let's see. Long coat. You died. If someone already, you're set to use and you'll be fine. Learning some finagle, it's already pre-established. Playing Lancer, you're good. 5e perfect. Pathfinder Kino. Try and play anything like Necrotica, you're gonna have a bunch of time getting it to do what you want without just manually inputting everything. Yeah, that's your main issue. You're going to have to manually input a lot of things when it comes to Foundry. Some people like that, some people don't. So, breastplate. Just a basic breastplate. Layered Kevlar, layered Kevlar. Heavier. So want to do just put numbers down. Chainmail. It's not. File will be our first heavy piece of gear. Pull some heavy piece of gear. You're taking the penalty. So, plate mail 60. This is full metal. Like that. Guess we have modern plate. Designed for. Weave long coat. So the ballistic weave is going to be heavy. It is 50. Let's see, a full ballistic weave. Juggernaut. 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 Cumbersome. Cumbersome 2. Symbols of the Throne of Peter, Holy Cross Regalia, 50. This is actually Cross. Yeah, this would. Miraculous 2. It would be you get more 2. We're actually going to bring you down to 5. So, all right. So, Iron Lord. Iron Lord is the heaviest piece of armor available. It is Juggernaut. We'll put cumbersome 2 on it. Kind of the meme pick. We'll bring you down to the Stalker Rig. We'll bring 40. We'll call it medium. Then we have. Where would be? Let's see. Or tag value. Actually, no. And we want to do. I know. Come on, where are you? Losing something? Where are you? feel like I'm going insane. I feel like I missed something. Where is it? Unshield. Ration. There we go. Mm. 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 Used by section. Let me double check the section. It would be section 8. Employed by. During relic recovery missions, blast suits. So we'll say 75. We'll say that it's full metal. Full metal. We'll say it's cumbersome 1. Here, where's the explosive? Oh, a explosive. Adjudicator, vestments, bear. Miraculous 2. Miraculous 2. Miraculous. We do miraculous 4. We give that. It's kind of the improvised metal. We'll say 30. We'll say that's pretty. That's medium. Don't need that. In the ghillie suit doesn't have anything. Consider it has 10. Let's think. Ace of 4. Go, and then the witch hunter's suit. Checking all the modern amenities of section 10. Let's see all the including hidden compartment for every weapon. Go, very basic, nothing too exciting. All right. Okay, so this we need to then add. We need to add grounded to the ones that can use it. You can use it. That rounded. Hip guard. awesome. Grounded. Iron Lord, definitely grounded. Stalker rig, grounded. Blast suit, grounded. Vestments, not grounded. Improvised metal, grounded. Ghillie suit, not. Witch hunter suit, obviously you're going to be grounded. There we go. Easy enough to understand. Something, carry more ammunition? As close as we're going to be getting it, I will have to see what the feedback is. It might be everyone hates it. It might be, hey, this is a good idea. I genuinely do not know. I think durability is going to have to get changed eventually because this doesn't feel quite right. I think these numbers might be a little high, but that's something that we can... It's easier adjusting numbers up and down than it is adjusting anything else. Think. I feel like some of these should get some more toys to play with, and there's probably something I'm missing. I can probably fix up some of these. However, I should add we want to go to this manuscript. We want to go all the way up to where's the canon law? Oh my, oh me. Oh my, oh me. Nope, 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 no, nope, nope. Canon law, canon. If an adjudicate something to wear. Two pieces of armor simultaneously? They can't. They can't. However, if the situation demands it, then only. For example, under iron plate mail because metal 2. Increase the weight by 1. Example in modern plate improvised metal armor. But becomes Juggernaut weight, so you get -5 to all your things. And it becomes... like, yeah, you can't do it. However, if you do, for some reason, choose to do this, you can do this. Improvised metal can go up, like... Yeah, I think breastplate can probably get... like, we get grounded here, because that brace 5 is just +5 to mitigating damage. It's a little painful, but... let's see. Improvised metal. We can do something like... Yeah, improvised metal. So, yeah. This should do well. This should do alright. Probably, like... With it on when they were at 50, the 50% point durability. So Juggernaut plate becomes full metal, heavy becomes medium, light becomes bare. Bare becomes nothing because you don't have anything bonus there. That should work. Not perfect. Oh yeah, actually, So effectively, if you are wearing any of this garb and you decide to dramatically rip it off, however, you're fine. You know, like, you can... Everyone's assumed to be wearing clothes under their armor, right? Everyone, you are wearing clothes under your armor. Or, hey, you're wearing vestments under your armor. Like, you get something. Like, going witch hunter with vestments under, it's not the worst idea. That's kind of a side rule. But yeah, this should... No, I love the feeling of steel nail on my nipples. Hey man, I don't know what you're into. You can be into that. I ain't gonna kink shame. And maybe I'm gonna kink shame a little bit, but I ain't gonna kink shame. You do you, boo-boo. Now, this does prompt me to make a decision on, let me find relics. Let me find... We're probably going to need to do, like, relic armor overhaul. There we go. Yeah, we're probably going to need to do a bit of a arm overhaul of when it comes to relic armor. Because that was also kind of a major issue that I was just choosing to casually ignore, as with many things in life. Which is the idea that technically you can have armor that is a relic. Which is very potent, in fact, because, hey, putting something between me and it is a pretty valuable piece of thing. You know, pretty fucking valuable to not die, you know. Dying, as they say in the hood, is hella gay, yo. You tell that I'm very white. Oh god. Now. Ow. Oh, right there. Right there. Dying is gay. Dying is gay, and being gay isn't approved by the church. Get up and keep fighting. Oh. Sounds like someone isn't getting up. Let's see. So yeah, so this should work. I mean, the idea of adding it to here would just be adding a... I guess you would literally just call it... Like, we would need to fix up the the concept behind esoteric relics in general. I mean, if we apply this, let's just do the base. Let's just do our... So we do our basic armor types. And then we would assign, if we show here, okay, so we just need the cross. Let me just put that here real fast. So it would be... This is the current way of doing it. So armor, if we do an armor relic, it would be... If we're doing an armor relic, this would be a bear which has no durability, has the bear weight, has the rapid, has no tags associated with it. And we actually we would have power. I guess we actually would be power evasive. It would be power evasive. The only problem being that you would have, so it would be light arm. It would be light armor, medium armor, heavy armor, full metal, full metal, and it would be that. Durability wise, if we do something like 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, so we could probably bring you up to 20, 30, 50, 70, 90. No, we do. Yeah, so 20, 30, 40, 60, 70. So the jump here from heavy to full metal are tag wise, we would end up with exposed. That's easy enough to understand. He would always end up with that because that is what being bear. So that would be light. Would be, we look at light. I guess we could do raise plus 1 plus 2 pound. Race plus 3. I don't have a very good idea for this, so we're just kind of improvising here. Have no fear, everyone. We're doing what we do best, improvising haphazardly. So if we do that, then it would be evasion is based off of faith. Grace is based off that. I guess we would apply boost. Actually, we can do, we get rid of that, so it would be boost. It would be the boost power. And then it would be brace plus 1 plus 2. You increase durability gradually. I guess actually we could add in cumbersome one. One. If we go all the way back down to the St. Michael's arm. Okay, so boost, braced, brace, grounded, but you get to start getting the cumbersomes in there. So Relic Iron Lord gets like 50 more durability. So Relic Armor plus number of additional durability to the type of armor. And that's what I'm trying to figure out, like, what's, like, just the very generic way of applying it. Like, I want to make my own cool kind of armor. I don't want to deal with any of your gay shit, so I'm like, okay, here, take this. Like, in theory, you could have Relic fucking... We can do, Yes, actually. Apply this. We go all the way back up to Relic. Relics. And then we apply the natures. Because right now they're considered esoteric. If we apply armor relic natures. Max blessing. So if we do something like this. Okay. So I don't think we need as many like armor relic type. Our armor relic nature. I think that's fine. Let's think. Holy armor. Let's do. Ah, yes, the armor of God. Bible man. Let's think. Armor of God, Festian. Fuck is it? It literally just means Book of the Earth. Let's think. Let's just do our normal 1, 2, 3, 4 restrictions. Light or light or bear. Full metal or juggernaut. Let's do. Armor contempt. Yeah, because like the entire idea is that the weapon relic natures, you can technically make if you want to, you can make a winged, like a winged handgun, effectively, and you just get retaliatory on it. That means if anyone attacks you, you just get to shoot them in the face. Hey, you have a Nephilic weapon. What does that having a Nephilic weapon means? It means it's fucking huge. It is comically oversized. Why? Because it's for Nephilim. You know, it's kind of like, oh, this is one made from the Holy See. That's what it has. Hey, it's a Fifth Order one. What does that mean? It means something silly. So I'm trying to think of like what would be a good way of wording these. I'm trying to think of I guess we could literally do like the Armor of Faith, Contempt, Mercy, and we do miraculous, so they get 2 miraculous casts, so they get some more miracles. They add +10 to the durability. And weight, not increase or decrease the weight. But even if it's bare, yep, even if you are wearing literally nothing, you still get the durability bonus. Why? Because it is literally it is in Armor of Faith. That is the point. So you get something. Mercy is going to get 20, and it's going to not. Let's actually decrease the weight. Restriction doesn't have any restriction, and you get fucking name. What's your fucking name? You get restoration. Is literally armor that wants to keep you alive because it cares about it. Its abilities are not good. Like if you have Armor of Mercy on a full metal armor, it's going to go up to 80. You're going to get brace 3, but all of these problems, but you're going to get free restoration. Hatred. Hatred reduces the durability, in fact. Weight, it does not do anything to the weight. Let's see, what's... Actually, we want to do... We do that. Full Metal or Juggernaut down here, and then we do armor increases... No, decrease the weight of the armor. Full Metal or Juggernaut, so it would go down by, if I have full metal armor, it goes down to heavy. If it go down to Juggernaut, it would only be metal. So just the weight goes down. Tag. What to do? Boosto. Boosto. Boosto! Literally, you have the armor of seething. Have no fear. I'm going to enter this armor and I am literally just going to seethe. Because I fucking hate you. Like, why do you hate me so much? Tags on. This would be... Ooh. So you have the armor of tempt, hatred, mercy, faith. So with Executor, that means you get to auto-execute minions a lot easier. Drained it means that you can't cast any miracles inside of it. I want to do let's just take an example. I want improvised metal. I have improvised metal armor of contempt. I goes up here, it goes up here. It doesn't have any tags. I'm fine. Let's see. Holy Cross Regalia. Let's see. Technically. Parrying retaliation. You know what, we can do it. We can give it retaliation with contempt, but we remove the durability. We remove the durability, but you get the armor of contempt because you only have 1 blessing and 2 power. That's kind of, but you can't use any miracles inside of it. However, the drawback being, you know, the bonus being, hey, I am here to kill you. Like, I fucking hate you. Executor means you don't really need to pick up an execution weapon if you want to go melee hunting. So if you have an armor of contempt and relatively light armor, you can rip through minions pretty easy. That's kind of one of the advantages there. You can rip through minions pretty simple. Okay. All right. If you guys can think of anything more, now's the time to tell me, though. This should... Yeah, this should work. We'll probably need to add a couple in. But with the durability system in place, again, these feel higher than they should be. But I'll need to get someone to take a look at it and see if they agree. Or do they concur? TMCR? They might. They may not. I genuinely don't know. Like, I can see it in my noggin. Something doesn't feel quite right, and I don't know what it is. So I'm going to simply not think about it too hard. Right? It's pretty great. Oh, God. Okay. Alright. Well, I got nothing more to do here outside fix armor. So, armor is now in the inane notes and such and things document. I am now going to leave, drink some water, and read Shin Megami Tensei. Huh, Bob Dreyer died. Who the fuck's Bob Dreyer? I feel like I know that name. You mean Bob Dyer? Oh, that Bob Dyer. My Chemical Romance drummer. Well, shit. Well, I guess it's My Chemical Death Man. Yeah, that didn't work. Well, I am as they say away. Godspeed. Good luck.